Morning. Greetings, metalheads, fellow metalheads, and future guitar builders, because we're going to build some guitars together. Uh, Today is my first segment of guitar school. I'm going to call it guitar school. It's something that I, wanted to do for a while, is share my knowledge with people. Um, Got some classic live VH playing. So yeah, I mean, can you build your own guitar? Absolutely. Uh, I found that out years ago and just stopped going to Guitar Center and Sam Ash and all those places. You know, once in a while I'll still go to the mom and pop shops because they're at least honest. Most of them. This is this was a kit guitar. Yeah, we'll shut that off. This was a kit guitar that I bought. The body is from the kit. The pick guard is from the kit. Uh, this is from the tremolo. Is from actually the snakeskin guitar that I built, the Warren DeMartini tribute. This tremolo came on it. Now I don't know what's going on. It seems like a lot of the manufacturers that are building guitar kits are offering better, maybe a little bit better hardware, if you will. Because this tremolo is actually really nice. I mean, you don't see any pitted metal or none of that, or, it's just, maybe the saddle's a little bit on, in some areas, but, I think there's zinc. But I can tell this is a steel plate, though. It's definitely a steel plate, which is all that matters. Okay, I got the kit for like $130. That was a long time ago. I mean, I bought this kit like 7 years ago. And it had the monkey grip, and the pickguard was black. And the guitar was unfinished, actually. But it had a black pickguard. This is the back plate right here for it. I'll get to the next thing, what the color of everything is here. Okay, so the neck I found on Craigslist from a local guy. It was what do you call it? A used neck. It's an RG series neck. Ibanez. It's a Wizard neck. It's from a 270, an RG 270. It's 24 frets, jumbo frets, maple fretboard, and neck. You can see the profile is just, I mean, that's a Wizard. The profiles are so thin. And that's why I love these guitars, is because, Anyway, the neck that came with it, the headstock looked ridiculous. That's the only thing, is there's a lot of copyright stuff going on, and, they can't cut the headstocks exactly like the real ones, so. Anyway, the neck wasn't too bad, but I got rid of it, I used it for painting guitars, actually. This one I got like on Craigslist, so it bolted on perfectly. It's, everything just matched up nice. Of course, I re-drilled the holes. I filled the old holes with wooden dowels, little tiny ones, and some glue, stuck them in there, cut them and sanded them down, and then put the neck back on and drilled the holes in the neck, and then put in the bolts and the ferrules. Those are called ferrules that go around for recessed bolt without the plate. You know what I mean? You'll see that on a lot of Ibanez guitars. The monkey grip, I mean, it doesn't really look exactly like a Steve Ibanez, but at a glance, what's the difference? You know what I mean? It's all about the way the guitar plays. All right, let's go over the specs anyway. So I went over the neck. Another important thing is when you buy a neck, always try to find the ones with the two bolts in the back if you're going to have a Floyd Rose nut. because that really increases the tuning stability. I mean, you could really beat on these babies, and that nut is not going to move. Another method I've used with the ones that screw in through the front, which sometimes it doesn't seem like they're you know installed properly or something. Then you try to tighten it up yourself, and the screws end up stripping because they're cheap, you know. So what I do is I just take the whole thing off, take the screws out, put some super glue in there, and put it back in. You know, and I've done it before, so. And all you do is you pop the screws back out, take if you want to change the nut, take what do you call it, a chisel, and just bam, and it'll pop right off. Or a screwdriver, you know, anything will pop it off as long as you got a blunt object. You want to go that way, away from the fretboard though. You don't want to go this way. You want to go that way when you put your thing in there and pop it off. Anyway, so that takes care of that, you know. Just cheap tuners, you know, $20 tuners. Don't get the $10 ones because they're just really shitty cast metal, and you know, spend about $20 and up for a set of tuners, because in the long run you'll be better off. You know, this is you know, the nut. Like I said, I mixed it up and put the chrome locking blocks on there, and then everything else black. I like to mix things up. We got the green truss rod cover that matches the body. These humbuckers I found on eBay. It was $18 for the set. After tax, it was about $23. These are some fantastic pickups. I mean, they're bitchin', man, as we used to say back in the 80s. You know, they are bitchin'. They look like Seymour Duncan Invaders. Yeah, they are fantastic. The middle one is from my it's from another kit guitar actually that I threw in there. And then the paint job, we'll discuss that next. I'll explain it. So anyway, I was trying to learn how to hydro dip guitars, which is swirl dipping or whatever you want to say, call it. It's called hydro dipping. Anyway, where the paint floats on the surface, you put borax in the water. It has to be a certain temperature, you know, above 75 degrees or something. And the borax has to be the proper mix, so the paint floats on the water properly when you put the drops in there. Now sometimes the pools will expand and they go out like that, but sometimes it doesn't happen. It depends on the temperature outside. So where I'm getting at is I failed with this swirl job because the temperature was, I live in Florida, but the outside temperature, the water temperature was great, but the outside temperature was too cold. So even though the paint was on top of warm water, the cold air was making it cure faster than it should have. And by the time I was applying the third color, it had already started hardening. So I panicked and I said, hell with it, and I dipped it. And I ended up with a bunch of like mudslides, if you will, of the white colors where you could see I did a bunch of brush work. I just took a bunch of the leftover paint and just brushed over the big white, you know. You can see some of the swirls came out though, you know, in the cover and stuff. They came out nice, but unfortunately it was a mistake. But I ended up liking it after a couple hours of looking at it. I'm like, you know what, it's so ugly. I love it. So, and I named my guitars. So this one is the Creature from the Black Lagoon. I call it Gillman, you know, because it looks like something like that. I'm into 70s, 50s, and whatever, horror movies and stuff. So, Gillman. So here's the clean. Okay, that's position 1, position 2. station 3 in the center. That's, I believe, that's all 3, I think. Add some chorus and some delay. Sounds fantastic, man. And then there's the I don't know if I can get in trouble for that, but loves SRV. Anyway, yeah, this thing's got a very beautiful sound to it. On the back we got just regular. I mean, they're good steel springs, regular claw. This is a Floyd Rose, genuine Floyd Rose brass block. You can see it actually sticks out of the guitar. It's 42 millimeters. You know, I didn't think about it when I bought it that it was that big. I just actually probably ordered the wrong one. But check it out with the distortion. So let's just get on with the conversation here. Enough of the guitar playing. So you get a gist of what the sound of a relatively inexpensive guitar. So like I said, I paid 130, so 120, somewhere around there for the kit. Got rid of the neck. This neck was 75 bucks on Craigslist. The parts, I mean, there's all Switchcraft stuff, you know. I mean, I don't. You know, once in a while I'll buy a YGM Seymour Duncan volume control or something, but for the most part I like to keep it inexpensive. Otherwise, what's the point? Then your guitar is just as expensive as, you might as well go buy a $1,000 Schecter or something. I'll get into Schecters later on. Anyway, so there you go. Looks great, you know. It's unique. It stays in tune. You can beat on it. It's got tone on tap, and very versatile as far as, you know, tones and stuff. So I mean, it was under $500 for sure to build that guitar. I can't give you an exact price because I've done a lot of, changed a lot of things, but I want to say it was probably around 450 to build this guitar. The paint and everything included, all the parts, and it's a freaking beast, And then we got this. I got my Bumblebee here, you know. Same thing, I bought this body on eBay. It's a basswood body. This neck is from eBay, from China. You can see how it's got the Fender, actual Fender logos, even the Contour body logo here. Do I give a shit? Not really. I just as soon just rub that off. But I left it on just, to be funny, because people are saying, where did you get that Fender and how is it a Bumblebee, or, why does it have a neck pickup? Well, because, I built it myself, and this is a Seymour Duncan SH6. That's a Seymour Duncan. These are called, what are they? Yeah, see with that rail, big huge rail, and then it's a dual stack pickup, so you got two coils stacked on top of it. So it's a humbucker basically in a single coil. Damn, I can't remember the name of them. Oh, they're STKs. They're Seymour Duncan STKs, which is an abbreviation for stack, I believe. And yeah, they're sick. They're just, great sounding pickups. This is a Floyd Rose Special Tremolo nut, string retainer, like I said, $20 tuners, big brass block, brass claw, and steel springs. Covers, I always leave the stuff off. I'm not crazy about putting that back cover on because, when you go to different tunings or you do this or that or something comes slightly out, you just get tired of pulling the cover off and putting it back on. I got a stack of covers. I mean, look at it. I got some more over here. I'm just constantly taking these things off, just leaving them to the side. Is it easy to build a guitar? No, it's not. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a special breed of person, I guess. You have to really want. It's like anything you want in life. If you want it so bad, you're willing to do anything you can to do it, get it, or achieve what you're trying to do. Like, see right here. This is gonna be my new Frankenstein relic. It's gonna be Eddie Van Halen Frankenstein relic. I got some filling to do here to make the pickup routes, correct, because they're all jagged and looking. But I'm gonna fill and reroute this stuff. This is already good. All this stuff is good. I'll drill out the two holes for the barrels and studs for the Floyd Rose. I got the neck already, which fits, fits good. There we go. I paid $35 for this body. It's basswood. And then this neck I paid $65 for on eBay. I found both of these on eBay. So, I mean, that's already cheap as it is. Can you find, I paid $2,000 for the actual EVH Frankenstein relic. Unfortunately, some things in life happen, and I recently had to get rid of that guitar, so I had to sell it. And I got half my money, That's what I mean. It's just, you sink so much money into a guitar. It took me a year to pay for it, on payments, and but now it's gone. That was a big loss because I sunk so much money into it. It helped my credit out, but there you go. I lost an instrument, and it was the only one with the serial number on it. My guitars don't have serial numbers on them. I mean, they do, but it's going to come up as the wrong instrument. If it has a legitimate neck on it, the body will be different, or the paint job. This one over here isn't even a legitimate guitar by any means. It's just that this is an ash body I found on eBay. This is from a cheap guitar kit, and the pickup screams. I don't even know what brand it is or nothing. I just pulled it out of actually, it came out of this guitar kit. this guitar body. You see what I mean? It's like, you know, when you take guitars apart and put new stuff together, don't ever throw any of your old parts away. Anything, whether it's faulty or something, you never know. You might have to use it again for something, you know, just for a mock-up, but to put the guitar together and see if it works. You know, this thing. I mean, 3 weeks ago I made a couple videos with it. Look at it now; it's missing a nut. Uh, I mean, I pulled the tremolo. This volume control broke. I mean, tone control broke because I was trying to push a knob on there that didn't fit right, and I broke it. You know, there's a method to my madness. You know what I mean? It's just I followed people like Eddie Van Halen and George Lynch. You know, obviously George Lynch. You know, and they built their own guitars, and you know, I just there's other rock stars that also, you know, they weren't even rock stars. Those guys, they were actual musicians. They loved the instrument more than the money, the fame, all that stuff. So, you know, I'm gonna wrap it up now. But I'm gonna do some more segments of Guitar School. This is segment episode number 1. I'm gonna start going over how to build guitars, set up guitars, you know, install tremolos, electronics, you know, and I'm gonna go step by step with this Frankenstein build. So if you want to learn something, if there's something you need to know, you might want to follow my channel because I'm ready to rock and get serious. I just reached 200 videos, so I'm happy about that, you know, and I'm celebrating by giving back to the community, the musical community. So with that being said, Happy New Year, you know, and you know, listen to some metal, and you know, just get ready to build some guitars, man, with me. Rock on.